Some jerk decided to light firecrackers at 3 a.m. One thing has been lurking over my head during the entire day. And I was thinking about people who are stuck in the past. And being stuck in the past is a dangerous thing. First of all, if you remember the good things from the past, you're most likely to get depressed because deeply inside you know that they are not going to happen again. And maybe you think that you had the best time of your life somewhere in the past, and that nothing as good as something in the past could happen again. I mean, when we decided to start with stock photography, I knew that it's going to be a long game. This YouTube channel is also a long game. And when I look at things from that perspective, it tells me that I'm mostly and most of the time future oriented person. I always have some sort of plans for the future. I tend to daydream, and my main goal is to actually execute these things and to start simply making things and to get closer to that future that I want to have. And these are the people who live in the past. And I read somewhere, can't remember where, that your mind can be in two states. You can either be future oriented or past oriented. And when you look at the past, you can either dwell on something bad that happened to you in the past, or you can just be sad about the fact that your best days are gone. So, either way, being oriented at the past is a bad idea. But being oriented at the future and not making these steps to get that future that you want can be equally dangerous place to be. So, yes, it's a good idea to have plans, but the best thing you can do is just to try and execute these plans. And if they fail, you go adjust or you make some other plans. And that's how I try to organize my thoughts. That's how I try to organize my day. And I can't be happy unless I do at least one thing that's going to get me closer to that goal. So today, although I'm deadly tired, I can't wait to get to bed. I had 3 coffees today. Usually I have two, and I'm thinking about another one. But despite this tiredness and not just not feeling well, uh, I managed to do some work in stock photography. I finished keywording another 5 or 6 photos. So I uploaded a batch of 12 photos to 5 different websites. And that took me about 2 hours to finish because every website has different keyword requirements. And although you prepare everything in Lightroom, you just need to readjust for every single website. And it's time consuming. But I'm not complaining. That's the work I chose to do. And that's the work I enjoy doing. And I hope it one day it will work out. And that's why I see it as a long game. And previously I said that living in the past can be a dangerous place, but also living in the future and worrying about the future is also a dangerous place. And I think that just saying it to the camera and sharing with everybody that I worry about the future makes me realize that I'm one of these people who worry too much about the future and tend to control things that didn't even happen, can't be predicted, and probably won't happen. And if they do happen, I'll just have to figure out how to overcome them once they happen. And the best way to do that is just to focus on the things that you can control right now. The things that you can control anytime. If you worry about the past or you dwell about the past, you must know that these are the things that already happened, and there's nothing you can do about them to change them. And just thinking about them, talking about them, worrying about them won't make any difference. It can only make things worse in the present. Being oriented on the goal and making steps towards that goal, that's a good plan. That's a good idea. That's a time well spent. But worrying about things that might happen in the future can be paralyzing. And that's what usually happens to me. But more I think about them and more I realized how little of things that I worried about actually happened. And those things that happened that changed everything in my life, I usually wasn't able to predict. I'm saying this because people have that tendency, oh, I must predict all the things that will happen so I can either prevent them or be ready when they happen. But most of the things in my life that happened, I couldn't predict at all. I would, in the craziest dream, I couldn't predict that one day I will be living in China, not just living, but spending 5 years or more in China. Not in my craziest dreams did I think about that. And yet, here we are. So, worrying about that under excuse that you just try to find the solution for the problem that didn't yet happen, that's insanity. So, yeah, the best thing to do is just focus on the present, do what you can control, and you can control only your actions and your thoughts. Once you see that your thoughts are in control of you, just stop dwelling and do the actual things, do your job. I think that's the right thing to say. Just do your job, do what you're good at, or make sure that you learn things so that you become good at them, and just do what's necessary.